Good evening and welcome. Hello, Fallen. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Well, I guess that there's just you here at the moment, Fallen. Oh, hello. It's Ghost. How are you? Great to see you. I thought it was the Fallen then for a second. I see a couple of times today, Ghost in a couple of different places. But hey, it's my turn. I'm just sort of pinning everything in the for you. You can, if you want to come up, you can come up and say hello. Usual rules apply. Safety first. Yeah. Right. There you go. It's all been there. Right. Hello, Paranormal Channel X. Thanks for joining. You may not necessarily like the subject, but it might come across to you. Hello, Mrs. J. I'm going to be talking a little bit around those wonderful people that go around trying to cause problems for YouTube creators. You know, people like trolls. You know? Hello, Zara. How are you? You're not blocked. I can read your comments. Yeah, say hello to everybody, etc. Yeah, no worries. What's going to say? Oh, yeah. I've been trolled recently by the same people who decided that they wanted to put a strike against me for showing a black and white picture of their creation, which is colour. So I used a black and white one. So technically, I changed it. However, this issue regarding the clown is not so much that they put in a claim or a strike. I just couldn't get my head around it, you know, because what they want. It dawned on me. I thought I would turn around and say, "Oh, this isn't fair. I need to do something about it." You know, being headstrong and all the rest of it. You know, those who've been around know what I'm like or can be like. Anyway, all it is if I decided to argue it, I'd have had to give them all my personal details, and you know what? I wasn't prepared to do it. Simple as that. So yeah, I mean, they're welcome to raise it there, Mike. You know, I don't mind. You know, if you want to play, I'll play. You know, don't want to play, piss, so leave me alone. But then they decided they wanted to play a little bit more because I went up onto an American channel, was having chat, so started making a load of things about me. Oh, there's something up with my mic. I don't know what it is. But if I leave, the stream will shut down. So I can't really do that. Shift happens. How are you doing? Thank you so much for dropping in. The mic's cutting. Okay, try something.
Hey, can you hear
And
me?
this will work now.
Oh,
I
keep
can
talking.
hear you.
Okay.
I just hope people can hear me and I'm not crackling too much. Um, just need to clear a point up. Zara, I didn't know you were blocked on StreamYard. I'll see if I can sort it out, but I have no idea how you got blocked, so I don't know how to unblock you. But I will have a look at that, see what I can sort out for you. All right. Just wanted to clear that up.
I just wanted to
If
tell you about your mic, so I can jump. I'll jump off. I just wanted to make sure you weren't a robot. I was
I'm
coming.
hoping it's working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you sound good
Shift,
now.
by the way,
Yeah.
is one of my friends from over in the States.
Ooh, will
If
you
you're
be mad at
wondering.
me if I'm not in the States?
No, you could
Okay.
be in Canada for all I know.
Mm. Mm. I'm in Lake Titicaca, don't you know? It's between Bolivia and Peru. Because I'm a fish.
I'm still none the wiser.
I'm a fish. All right. Well,
uh,
I don't want to interrupt, but you sound much
oh, no.
more human.
No problem. Cheers now. Take care if you're going. If you're not,
Cheers.
stay.
I'll be
Cheers
in the
now.
chat.
Bye. Well, it's kicking off in France. I didn't know it was a football match. Oh, I know what's going on there. You're talking about other things. Okay. Okay, somebody knows where South America is. Sorry, my geography is terrible, but you know what? I get to meet people from all around the UK, across the pond, and also down under in Australia. I seem to have become an international traveller without actually moving. I think the internet's great, but the problem with it is there's so many different factions, right? That want to cause trouble between two or more sets of people, shall we say? And then you got the people who like stirring all the crap and moving it around, and that's one of the things that I don't agree with is all the crap that's going around. People who know me, I like a nice quiet life. I don't really get involved in different areas of people's different disputes, I think is a good way of doing it. However, there are a number of these so-called wonderful trolls that now go round or have gone round providing me with lots and lots of footage, which I'm going to put back up. It's really great when you've got your own way of displaying it and putting it on the internet, because it's not just YouTube. Don't forget, folks, GrimReaperRadioshow.com is the website, and that's where everything originally came from. Since then, we've been able to grow a network of different people. And some people who live south of me, they're in one corner, and then you got some people who live north of me, they're in another, and I'm stuck in the middle. That's how it feels at times, because I can get on with two different sides at the same time without causing any problem, UK transparency. I like having trolls all around the world. It's good to be called a twat in multiple languages. It's not that they call me. One of them says that I have devious sexual tendencies, which I thought was quite funny. All things considered, I wasn't aware talking to birds was a sexual depraved tendency. You know, I mean, every time I talk to Mrs. J, I'm talking to her little tweeties in the background. Yeah. Because they're always going on. It's nice to see Mrs. J out and about. You know? Yeah, depraved. Yeah, apparently, if you watch the clown's reaction to me going up on Bird's channel, funnily enough, talking to Birds, that's where it started. He decided, or the clown decided, that in a Discord channel yet to be named, or even proven, even, that I'm in this Discord channel, reckon that me and Bird and a few others yet to be named chop up bodies, and we love gore. Well, go check out the website, Clown. I mean, the real website, not the one that you made up and bought the rights to, which was the Grim Reaper Radio Show.net. Not that I'm saying that anyone should go there, because it has got more scams in it, allegedly, than anything else. Controlling your data, collecting your data. We don't know what they're going to do with that data. I read through their cookie policy, and it really just said, cookies, we keep them. We track your every movement, allegedly. Privacy. Allegedly, you don't have any. So, yeah, that's a troll for you. It can't come to dinner as organised next week. Okay, no problem. We'll reschedule it. You know, anyone would think my name was Hannibal Lecter. You know, hello, Futoy. Long time no see. Come on up and say hello. Don't be shy now. After all, it is St. Patrick's Day, allegedly. But yeah, these are, I mean, the trolls over here have no idea how to troll people. They really don't. You need to go over to America and have a look at how the trolls work over there, because you lot are tame. Yeah. I mean, you got a 50-year-old virgin who's going around collecting stuff and putting it out about, oh God, what's his name now? Bear Britain audits. All right. Load of codswallop. Yeah. But you know what? It's the way it is. Take it on the chin. Actually, no, that's not his name. I'll come back to it. I'll remember it soon. Jersey Royals. So nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. This guy loves potatoes, especially on the 17th of March. Yeah. Do you know why you're a little tired, Fluto? You've been out celebrating all day. You know? Mrs. J, I didn't... Hang on. Look, there's no allegedly about this, right? I do not remember at any time, because I don't know how to, block someone from StreamYards. You know what my memory's like. You can tell me one thing, and then 5 minutes later, right, I've forgotten it, or even 2 minutes later. Terrible, my memory. Yeah. Oh, you like that one, 50-year-old virgin? Well, I must admit that just came to me. I can't remember what I put on the promo, but go and have a look at the promo, guys, girls, and in-betweenies, or whoever, or whatever you identify you as, or you want to. I did a little promo for tonight's show regarding trolls. I just wish they would come and face me. Come up on the panel. Come and talk to me. If you don't want to do it on here and you actually want to say what you mean, let's go over to the website. You know, we can talk there. Not a problem. But there's a meeting room open on the website. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anyone can go in there. Total free speech. I never remember to remember. That's the problem. You know, it's great because my missus asked me to do things and 2 seconds later I've forgotten. Do you remember what's in the promogram, or do you need us to look at it and then tell you? That's the one, Mrs. J. That sounds good. Trolls are only trolls because they can hide beneath a keyboard, but they can't hide under my keyboard. Usually they hide under the bridge. I had this conversation earlier. Okay, so what else we got? Jersey Royal. You're right about the US trolls. IP2, Kiwi, Farms, etc. Yeah, and the clowns. You know, and they do put ours to shame. They have no idea, you know, what's going on. Scott, what crap, you chap? Well, I don't know who you are, Scott, so I'm not going to argue with you. You know, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. And next time I want your opinion, I might give it. But then again, I might not. I mean, in the paranormal, I can understand trolls. Well, spirits of trolls. I've seen a few. I've passed a few from one side to another, etc. They used to go downstairs. Anyway, who is this Scott? I just don't get people. I really don't. I see how long you've been a member of the YouTube community. And let's see whether or not you belong to the Dickwits. Let's have a look. Okay, 1 subscriber. Doing well, mate. And you joined on the 25th of January 2022. And no other information. Yeah, it's got to be a troll account of some description. So, who are you talking to, Grim? Are you live on the website too? No, I'm not. I wish I was. I can't. Long time love, Griffer. Oh, yeah. Scott, the name is not Griffer. And you can't spell Reaper either. Trolls are for life, yes. Spelled with a Y. Trolls are really good, actually. I don't mind trolls. You know, a lot of them watch the shows after they've transmitted because they're too busy doing other shite. So they go and watch it. And all they're doing is just adding and adding and adding to the so-called, what's the word? Analytics. So I don't care. And I know I've got a couple of trolls who are also subscribers. That's always good to see. Yeah, I get the links in some live sites, sorry. that have no videos. Yeah, well, there you go, Paranormal channel. Can someone drop Paranormal channel X's? I don't know whether that's single X, not triple X. Link in the chat for me, please. And then people can go over and have a look at it. We've got, talking of paranormal, I'm just moving on a little bit. I'll come back to trolls in a minute. We do have a number of paranormal blogs, shall we say, posts on the website as well. So yeah, I might be in touch, and after having a look at your channel, and if there's an email address, I'm sure you'll be pleased with having a blog page, and I can add you to it, because I don't just cover auditing in the UK and First Amendment audits over in the US and everywhere else, but I also, there's people who've been in touch with me about having a knitting circle. I'm sure they were trolls, though. Scott, what have you got there? Just an opinion, Reaper, that's all. I have expect or not. I'm all for opinion. I have no problem whatsoever with opinions. Auditingpublic.com. Hello, JG Beckett. How are you doing? Greetings to you as well. Thank you, Mrs. J, for dropping that link. Trolls are for life and not just for Christmas. Yeah, unfortunately, until you come off YouTube. I've only got trolls because people don't like what I say. And, well, sub to Scott, bless him, he's only got himself as a subscriber. Yeah, if you want to put his link here, I don't have a problem with that. Go for it. I've lost thread now. Yeah, I had a troll November, the clown. We the people, faggot finder. No, tyrant finder. That's the one. No, we the people, tyrant war. No, oh, anyway, the clowns. They decided to, I don't know, have a go at me for no reason. Again, because of, I don't know, some balderdash going on with me, and I was talking to somebody else as well. So they didn't like it. So they decided that I was a racist and everything else. Well, people who know me know the opposite. And you can call me every name under the sun. I really don't give a, flying crap. Never have done, never will do. Hand pink waving Mrs. J. This is what it says to me, reading it as it is. Nothing to give, but everything to take, though. Ah. Anybody wants to go and join? Seriously, if anybody wants to go and subscribe to Scott and watch his non-existent lives, then fine, that's not a problem. Go do that. Paranormal, did they play the racist card again? No, this time they just called me a sexual deviant. It is what it is. I mean, I don't have a problem. Go to the website, you'll see it. I've uploaded it. Let me see them do me for copyright there. You can try. But I'll tell you what, it'll look good when you on your court papers. I, the clown, I'm taking the Grim Reaper to court for copyright infringement. That'd be great, that, actually. I think we could make a bloody film over that one. Should we get together? If Scott puts up a video, you'll sub. Doesn't matter what the video is, Yes, Ajos, I agree totally. Middle finger to the clowns. I can't stand them. Why have they... Scott, behave. Why would they have done that in their heads? What web page? Their web page is exactly the same as mine, but instead of it being .net.com, it's .net. and it's security level minus 97 on the security list. I wouldn't advise anybody going there whatsoever. But if you go to the website, my website, or our website, as I do like to call it, GrimReaperRadioshow.com, you will see the bit I've done about the clowns in general, and there's a couple of others there. Another post as well, which will allow me, well, I've shared what they've been saying about somebody else as well. And believe it or not, the list is getting longer and longer and longer, you know? But, you know, it's the way it is. I don't mind. I can work on web pages till the cows come home. But I'd rather be doing some other things, you know, like enjoying life, going out, clown shooting. That'd be nice. You know, I mean, there was a guy over in the States, I'm not going to say who it was, but I'm not too sure on this one. Somebody got told, why don't you go and take a gun and pull the trigger? Well, it's a shotgun, actually, not a gun. And they went absolutely ballistic, you know? And I just thought it was funny, you know? They went around saying that they told them to go shoot themselves, and that wasn't actually what they said. You know, so people like the clowns, these American jokers anyway. They just picked up on it and carried on, you know. So it's always fun. Yeah, there's one real rule that we have here, folks. You're respectful at all times. If you want to pick an argument, but don't be surprised if both parties end up being ejected. And I don't want to do that. You know, it's all about having a bit of fun. This is not going to be going on too long by the sounds of things, to be honest, because I'm not going to be carrying on talking because my voice will go. You know, paranormal. Is there any proof that ghosts exist? And if so, can we see the proof? I'm only joking. I bet you've got trolls in your community as well. Gregory, how are you doing? Long time no see. Maybe a week, maybe two. I don't know, to be honest. Pork chop, what you doing? Hey, I didn't put the S on this time. What's going on? I got it right. I'm obviously not stoned enough, as they say. Right. I'm here for the Reaper. How the hell can someone be here for the Reaper? Sorry, there isn't a Reaper that reached the Reaper. Yeah. But anyway, it's not going to happen, Scott. Not a cat and mouse chance. Appreciate you being here. Anybody wants to come up? Links pinned. Yeah. Usual security at the door. You know what it's like. If you don't pass security, you don't get up. That's what she said. Okay, you're not here for a fight. Wise move, Scott. Wise move. You can sit and listen. You can sit and clip. I really don't care. You know, it's not a problem. I mean, I don't even know whether you are, you know, American. Mind you, the way you spell your name, possibly, I don't know. maybe you're English and you never passed into primary school from infant school. I don't know. I'm not going to say one way or the other. But we have a lot of banter. And usually the banter is not me talking with the chat. It's usually people come up and then I can't get a word in edgeways. Shift was here earlier. Shifto's what it's like when I can't get a word in edgeways. I just sit back and listen and have a bit of a giggle. I was on the show earlier and just before this one actually. And the boss bitch, and she dressed up as a clown. And I thought it was hilarious because it's St. Patrick's Day. She agreed to dress up as a clown. Well, when I say dress up, it was a question of putting the makeup on. So, yeah, no problem. I thought it was, what's the word I'm thinking? Appropriative that she'd be called out for it. And, yeah, but it's all done in band fun. Question from Paranormal. Is it true Fawlty Towers is being remade? Yes and no is the answer. Okay. The reason why I'm saying yes and no is yes, they are going to make a series called Fawlty Towers, or as I used to call it after one episode, Flowery Twats. But it's not going to be in the same place. It's not going to be in Torquay. They can't anyway, unless they bought somewhere else, because the original building that they used is burnt down. So that's not going to happen. But from what I've read about it, Basil's going to be there, John Cleese. His wife won't be. Sybil's gone for whatever reason, but he's going to be running the hotel with his daughter. Location yet to be confirmed or released. I think it's either it'll probably go on Gold, I think, I would have thought, because they've been putting a lot out. Yeah, you were thinking it. Hang on a second. Paranormal. Yeah, I say it. And it is the only true anagram of Fawlty Towers. All the others weren't true anagram. I said it right first time. Anagrams. Mrs. J, you are on the road to recovery. Okay, we just take it one day at a time. Is she dead in real life? No, I don't think so. I don't know. Well, his actual ex-wife isn't, no, because his real wife at the time, when the first one was made, first series, was Connie Booth. They divorced, and the second series, they both thought was better than the first one because it didn't have the same sort of issues that they were having. But it was also delayed by somewhat 4 years, the second series. Yeah. Respect from the other side of the pond. Stay safe. Listen, Brandon, it's always great to see you here. And that's if you're on the other side of the pond, I'm not sure. But either way, stay safe, enjoy, and whatever you do, don't get too drunk. After all, it is only St. Patrick's Day once a year. Not Connie Booth. No, I don't. No, she's not. Oh, you meant? Yeah, I know what you meant. I was taking the mickey. Priscilla Scales was the name of Sybil, and as far as I know, she's still alive. One hearing, the hearing aid one. Yes. I can appreciate that because I wear 2 hearing aids. What? So I always turning around to me and saying, "Have you got fresh batteries in?" Sorry, Graham. I thought this was about death, as you are the Reaper. So I thought I'm in the wrong place, and I have mistaken the name. Then, no. See you on the other side, Graham. Scott, it's something that can be sorted out. Oh, Punella, yes, you're right. Do apologise. Close enough. Scott, you're welcome to come back. I mean, we can talk about death. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I can't tell you too much about it. Sworn to secrecy. You know what I mean? I can't tell you what's on the other side. Not allowed to. I know, though. Allegedly. I don't whine about anything, Mrs. J. I like my trolls. I like to feed them BS, show them love and care and generosity. Yeah. I was actually hoping some other people were going to be turning up so we could, onto the panel so that I could change the subject. But it's very difficult to. There isn't anything else actually. I've got planned really. I mean, any suggestions, Mrs. J? I mean, we could talk about the impending doom and gloom, which is happening on the 8th of June, when we have the coronation of the new king. What's his name now? Charles III. We could talk about him, and we can talk about whether or not what people are going to be doing on that day. Are they going to be tuned in like they were so many years ago when old Liz got the crown? Lining the streets full of people. I mean, I'd love to see the coppers go around telling people not to film. That'd be fun. Maybe some of the auditors might go down and ask people. Monty Python, always look on the bright side of life. And Q, good evening. Yes, Life of Brian. Was that a serious film about religion? Please, no king shit. I'll be on the beach. Yeah, you'll be going the opposite way. Mrs. J, sorry, there is not much gloom and gloom to put up in a day. So bored at the demon. What a vast of life. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy, allegedly. I thought that one of the best ones about that was, what was it? And how do we fuck off, Her Majesty? Or Messiah, I should say. King shit, turds and Union Jacks attached. Interesting. And of course, there's the guy who hadn't spoken for 40 years and he stood on his foot. Yeah, that was funny as well. But Comedy has disappeared. It is no longer. It has left the building. It is dead. There is no response. Both the BBC and the ITV have tried to revive comedy, but unfortunately, the political correctness is no longer allowing comedy because too many snowflakes in this world think that if you were to turn around and say, for instance, put 3 shovels up against a wall and then ask an Irishman to take his pick, that would not be allowed because it wouldn't be seen as being funny. It would be seen as deemed as being racist towards the pick. Sorry, the Irish guy, the Irishman. Grim, have you heard about the sensitivity rewrites of classic literature and film? That does not surprise me. They've been able to do it with the Bible for years, so obviously they can do whatever they like, I am an optimist. I would like to think that they wouldn't do too much to the classics, but you never know. Yes, Mrs. J, I do have a dungeon, and yeah, we can always time Scott out and put him in the dungeon. Let him have a look at it. Reminds me of what I wish people would actually put words in I can read. Mosaics did to the Chinese culture. Yeah, you can't call a spade anymore. It's got to be a shovel. You're right. Exile 1, hello. They're trying to crucify him again, the fools. Yeah. Okay. Enough. Scott, I nailed it once, but crossed it out. Really? Keep going. Exile, if you want to come up, the pin is linked at the top. Usual security procedures at the door, please. No clowns allowed. And if you've not noticed already, what we do have is, my little slogan, Grim Reaper, hater of the clown. Scott, believe me, you can be bound. The trouble is, I don't want to do it because you just might enjoy it. Devo, good afternoon to you over there, over in the States. You see, we get the cream. We get a Weed Chronicle coming over. Now. I've only just met you two today. I really don't want you falling out. I'm pleased though that it's not like over in the States. The chat, Jesus, you need a bleep machine, and that's even when you're reading it. Which is the reason why I'm saying to people, our trolls just don't know anything. Oh, sorry, I misread that paranormal. I was going to say, why do you want to blind him? I read it again. You did say bind. It's like all friends, this place. You've still no idea who the clown is. Oh, we the people, tyrant shite. That's who they are. Go and have a look at the website. It's there. All the information you may wish to have. Another link for somewhere. we've got a couple of personal conversations going on from old friends. So I won't be reading those out. Don't let you read those yourselves. We the people tyrant war, I think it is. Don't punish the wicked, just the fools who don't know how to ask. Mavis Grim, please. Asking the devil for a reaper. Listen, all I do is transport people from one location to another. Hello, Trojan Scar. How you doing? Thank you for dropping in. It's a real pleasure. The clown is also 1A auditor. Well, that's got to be allegedly XL1. I think it might be related to one, possibly. You never know. Oh, I love it. I think it's great. The people I know, Mrs. J knows. Well, most of them anyway. So, Mrs. J, you've been a globe-trotting, what's the word I'm thinking? Globe-trotting YouTube visitor. There you go. That's the best way of putting it. I'm always nice. Aren't I, Mrs. J? Well, that's right, anyway. Right. Okay, so nearly 50 minutes into the show, my throat is starting to dry up, and there's nobody coming up for me to have a conversation with. He lives in New York, and he ain't that dude called Anthony. Okay. Right. Okay. I'll watch out for that. Interesting pieces of snippets of information that people pass out occasionally. Okay. No, I seriously have no idea who the clown is. I might pop to the USA occasionally. Yeah, the link's pinned. Thank you, Mrs. J. Okay, XL, thanks for that. I appreciate that. That's actually thrown me. I wasn't expecting that. I'm going to have to decide what to do with that now. Thank you, Exile. I thought I had it all covered. Well, if he is, let's put it this way, he's not going to like me, is he? So, anyone got anything they actually want to say? Or has it all been said already? See you, Scott. Take care. What about Rishi? Rishi. Okay. Rishi who? You mean our Prime Minister? The one who's in charge and we never voted in? Yeah, that could be the one, I think. Hey up, the cats want to get in and out. Running all over the place. So, what was I going to say? I've lost total track now. Our unelected, yeah, okay. Well, all right. Wishy-washy. Sorry, wishy-washy. Rolling Rat. Anybody else got any more names? Exile, I'll listen into that and see what I can find out. Security checks. Thank you. Okie dokie.
Hey,
I had
Graham.
to check it wasn't a clown. Hiya, mate.
Oh, it's okay. It's all good. Yeah, man, I didn't want to get on my phone because the sound on this thing is kind of crappy, but I'm upstairs in my attic smoking a joint.
Oh, I thought
Oh, man. Yeah, bro.
Right.
The voice changer changed his voice much.
I got your message. That's
the psyops hit him with that docs
out to that.
and he admitted to that being him when somebody played that as his docs as well. And there's been confirmation to me between me and him that is who he is. But there's also a female that's the clown. Did you know that?
Yes.
It's a two-party system.
At least.
Yeah, at least.
I do think there's a few more behind the scenes.
I do too, but I have not been able to fortify for sure without a doubt. But I know there's a male and there's a female without a doubt.
Yeah, and funnily enough, I think I know who they are or what their pretend names are, shall we say. I must admit, I did thank them for their Christmas present, although it was early when they put a strike on me for copying their image that they, the face of the clown. But I did change it. I made it black and white.
Yeah, this stuff's crazy. I went around wearing his avatar, calling myself "We the People" tyrant horse for a while there, and he didn't give me no shit for using his shit.
Oh, I don't know what I did. Maybe I was just I called him a troll and put 4 other faces up of trolls. Well,
you hit him with some of his editing skills.
Yeah, sort of. This is how
hit
you
him
do
with
it
his
properly.
level of warfare. That's probably what it was. I didn't do something he would do. If I did one of his moves against him, he probably would have been fumigating.
I just thought it was funny. 801 Life, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in.
Doing all right. I decided to stay home and make it a lazy day today. Before a lazy day, I also decided to get in the attic and look for something for one of my kids, and that's making a lazy day not so lazy.
Yeah. Well, today is a lazy day. Well, it has been for me. It's a Friday.
Yeah.
But was yesterday any different? Probably not.
I usually don't take a day off.
You need to take a day off occasionally.
Oh, I'm sorry. So did Shift take you up on your offer? I hope she did. That'd be fucking awesome. Give her a
not as yet.
Her trolls aren't. I'll talk to her about it. See what she's thinking about it, because I couldn't tell on the panel what direction she wanted to sway with.
Yeah, well, as I say, people could take the offer. I'm not going to be offended if they say no. If they say yeah, great, no problem. I can do it and put it up and sort it out. That's not a problem. Trolls are trolls. I found that out. I think maybe I mixed with the wrong people, according to them, and maybe they should dictate to me who I should and shouldn't speak to.
Oh my God, you're in that situation.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm guilty by association.
Yeah, just
Is it
keep moving.
420? Of course it's 420, Mrs. J.
That's what I did. I paid it no mind, Grim, and I kept moving forward. It'll pass. Just keep focusing on what you want.
I'm not worried. Yeah, I'm not worried. I just think it's hilarious. So I'll keep mentioning it to him. Just reminding him. What does it say? Oh, you don't poke the bear? I do.
Yeah, when I had caught his attention for a hot second, and then he decided that he wasn't gonna fuck with me. Pretty much, I perceived him as coming in Anarch Chick's chat, trolling her, so I started trolling him.
Ah, see you, Paranormal. Great, thanks for dropping in, and hope to see you again soon. I'm glad that they left you alone. I mean, I've got to be honest, X. I was spoken, but I don't know much about you. That's fine. I take people as I find them, and if one side I'm talking to one person and talking to another person on the other side, does it make a blind bit of difference?
Yeah, what I tell people, don't take anybody's word for who I am. Just sit back, observe me, watch me, and make your own judgment on who I am.
Well, I've already made a judgment, but you wouldn't be on here if I hadn't made that judgment. Believe me.
I appreciate it.
If anything, I am honest, and I just call it how it is, and a lot of this stuff with the trolls is all jealousy and bullshit.
Yeah, really.
As simple as that.
Like some of them that have been around doing their little troll shows and stuff, they're so scared of somebody coming in and even looking like a troll because they're scared they're gonna lose their seat or something. I don't want your seat. You can keep it.
Yeah.
I think I've went live in the last 3 years since I've been back.
Example, do you know what? At the end of the day, people are going to be people. They're going to do what they want to do. The thing is, can you just go, I don't care?
Oh,
because
yeah, I definitely.
It doesn't affect me. Dillygaff. Do I look like I give a fuck? Which is it's a way of life. It's not just a word. So you can just look at people. That's it. End of. I'm giving them a little bit of credit, by even talking about these clowns. But I'm doing it in a jovial way. It's called poking the clown. Let's see what you come up next with. Oh, by the way, please go to the Grim Reaper radioshow.com and read all about yourselves. Yes, you have made a post with all your wonderful videos that you can't copyright me on.
Oh, I would not want to at you anyway.
I mean, like I said earlier, on one side of the courtroom, you would have the clowns. On the other side, you'd have the Grim Reaper. It wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't at all.
But,
you best to get in their little circus car and stroll off.
Yeah. Let's call it what it is. It's a shit show.
People get in their feelings over shit on the internet. Like, I mean, I don't understand how shit got where it was, but I know it started with somebody just sitting at home and that motherfucker on the internet wasn't affecting a damn thing in your home. And then it evolved into shit affecting people in their homes now. It's crazy.
Yep.
That's what I'm here. I stand against that bullshit. Somebody's trying to do that shit to me now because I was trolling with another troll that was in their state. And I don't even know this person. I'm just, like you said, guilt by association. I associate with somebody that they don't like. And they tried to say I made a credible threat against them when I didn't really barely know their existence. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Just a name in a chat room to me.
Well, yeah, and it's a persona.
I got people like you that I've talked
Yeah.
to here and there. I got people like Game Over and AC that I talk to on a regular basis. I know them,
Hmm.
but like you're somebody I've just seen in chats, and I haven't really talked back and forth to you in the chats. I haven't talked down, to the chat from the panel in your direction. Then I mean, why the fuck would you even think that I think about you or am concerned about you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was in a couple of chats earlier, and when went from one live before I started, which was interesting, I was tuned into another channel, DAR something or other, DA something, and he was going on about the stream I'd just been off. Come off. It's like, what?
Yeah, it was like one time I was over there in the UK sector at Triluminati's channel, and somebody asked something, food question wise, in the chats, and they were just asking a genuine question, trying to get people's ideas on something. And I guess it just, connected to somebody that was on the panel, and they start to lose their shit for absolutely nothing, thinking somebody was trolling them.
Yeah. Yeah. People go into chats, they do whatever they want. I mean, they can say whatever they want. I mean, at the end of the day, what does that effect have on me personally?
Yeah,
They say
that's
it
what
in
I'm saying.
chat.
If
What
somebody
I
came,
don't like is when they bring families into things and
hmm
children, and they go out of their way to find pictures of their kids so they can publish them under by saying that we're not doxing them because they're already out in the public domain because they were
yeah,
on somebody's
that's still not.
relative's Facebook page. But
Yeah, it's still.
this is the argument that they use. We
Yeah,
only use stuff that's already been published.
but
Now, what
there's
you've done is
logic to
you've gone
that
out your
though.
way to get it.
Yeah, I about
You
to say
know,
there's logic to that too. Did they invite you to that Facebook? If they did they invite you to grab stuff off of it, take it to a whole nother location that it's not posted on and post it? No, they did not.
yep.
That'd be like
Um,
somebody letting you borrow their car, to go to the gas station, and you still got the spare key, and you assume while they're asleep and they got to get up for work in a half an hour, you can go take their car out and party just because they gave you a key once. No,
yep.
that's not how it
Yep.
works.
And exactly. I mean, just because the door's open doesn't mean that you're allowed in.
Yeah, yeah,
It's the
it
same.
could be a hot summer day. My front door is open, the screen door open, don't mean some stranger can walk in my house
No, no. Well, that
and then
wouldn't be me,
walk
mate.
out. It didn't walk
I
out
don't
with
know
my
about.
family photos. I mean, what the fuck? Good logic there, Grim. Good.
You've got to turn around to him and say, is it worth dying for just a few photos? Because you got a right to defend your property.
Yeah. I mean,
Just make
it's
sure the
just
first
like
one.
metaphorically with that same argument. Some of these things these people argue on the internet, and them arguments escalate to going IRL over just a few words on the internet. I mean,
Yeah.
are you really willing to die on that hill when you say them couple words that are rude for no damn reason?
Yeah. Well, I don't get it, but I mean, if somebody's starting, I've got a friend of mine, for argument's sake, right? Who I've got, let's say you, for argument's sake, right? And someone went at you, and you mentioned it to me because you didn't want somebody else telling me because it affected you, blah blah blah. You with me, right? That's fine, but you wouldn't want me to then go to somebody else and then go to somebody else. Oh, Jesus. I just don't believe that half of these people that come out on the internet, I don't know how they can find the any key
Oh, it's like last
on the
night.
keyboard.
I asked when are people gonna stop letting Shell Bell hit the link, and everybody looked at me like I'm trying to cancel her. No, I mean let her stay in the chats or whatever. Don't address her in the chats where
Oh,
she can play that victim card. But every time she goes on a panel, no matter what panel it is, she makes it out like people are attacking her. That can't be healthy for her state of mind. Stop letting her up for the better of her. And then maybe, she can seek the help that she needs so she isn't so soft skinned when she gets on a panel that eventually when she comes back and hits a panel link, she can hold her shit together.
yes.
I mean, I just think
I
in the
just
form if I
I've
was
come across her twice, only twice. The first time I had to send my hearing aids off to get fixed.
mm-hmm.
And the second time I couldn't hear because of all the shouting in the chat.
Mm-hmm. And my thing is like this. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just a damn shame.
Thing is, I mean, Pete, if you're going to talk in the chat, you talk in the chat. You use lowercase. If you want to shout at someone, you use uppercase.
Well, I tend to think in a business mind frame. So I know when you start your radio show, you treat it like, it's your business, you respect your radio show. So, all right, let's say I'm the YouTube creator and I created YouTube so people could get information, make connections, build together, create new ideals. My ideal wasn't to make YouTube if I would have been a YouTube creator, to have someone like Shell Bell up on panels screaming, "Oh my God, I'm a victim. These people are victimizing me." I wouldn't want my platform looked at like that.
Just a second for people who are listening who don't know who Shell Bell is. A, you're lucky, and B, can I just say that this is somebody who just misunderstands everything that's said.
Yeah.
And then comes out with her own narrative and then adds to it, but goes around about 14 different channels. You know the type.
Yeah, I believe it started like that, but if you realize Grimace morphed into something more, though, it's morphed into where she's felt like that about people to the point now she resents people that now sometimes, half of the time, she's making shit up just to make somebody look bad.
To make her look good.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work. But hey, one day I mean, it's the repetitiveness. I know to repeat things sometimes is needed. However, 14 times of the same repeat almost, not necessarily word for word, which makes it even worse because you still read it. You become mesmerized by it. And at the end of it, you think, what? You just said the same thing 14 times in the chat and you've been using uppercase.
Mm-hmm.
No
At
wonder
least 5
nobody
different
understands
ways.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a character, a persona, a made-up figment of their imagination called Shell Bell.
I believe the same.
She's over in the States. The chances are she'll never invade our shores. But if she does, will you let me know so that I can hop over to America?
And when you bring her back, please put her in an insane asylum.
Well, if I find her, I might even put her in the dungeon. She can clean the floors for me.
On the way to America, feel free to stop at other places and ask them if they want her. I mean, I hate for you to get all the way.
No, I was just thinking, the iceberg's on the way, isn't it? But got hit by the Titanic once. I could always reenact that, and she can, we can drop her off.
Let me stop being an asshole before she starts.
Hang on, that'd be unfair on the penguins, the polar bears.
I can see it now. If we don't stop, she's gonna be on panels crying that we were victimizing her just because we're up here joking around about it. Oh my
But
God.
sarcasm, I mean sarcasm, talking of sarcasm, Purple Swift's turned up. Hello, mate. Long time no see.
I like purple. Purple good.
Yeah, Purple's all right. He's okay. Everybody comes in here is all right. Even, I mean, we don't get trolls. We just get made up accounts sometimes. And you go, what the hell are you going on about?
The soft troll fun accounts. That's what it's supposed to be about, man. I remember when people started going live. I want to say it was about 11, maybe a little more years than that people actually found ways to stream on YouTube. And since then, man, I mean, at first it was fun. The trolling was just light bantering. Even the person getting trolled would get a laugh out of it. And now it's just
Well, now it's personal. It becomes personal. People are getting confused between virtual life and real life.
yeah,
And they think
yeah.
that the persona that they have online is exactly the same offline in the real world, but it might be. But guess what? They don't think it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because they've got kids to look after, or somebody else to look after. Hey up.
Someone was
Right.
saying when I was gone.
I've just got to check this guy isn't a troll. I mean, a clown.
Yeah, you're good.
Come on, I don't want 50. I'm not waiting 50 years. All right, no problem. Cheers. Whoops. I don't want to show your face now. Exile, meet Bear, Beard and Audits.
Hey, Bear.
What's going on, bro? Good to meet you, man. You good?
Yeah, man. I woke up on this side of the dirt. It's a good day.
Yeah.
Didn't take me out while I was sleeping.
Yeah, you're not on the current list. You might be though. That's right. Don't forget, the Reaper doesn't just come and see you at night time.
Oh,
that's a troll.
I've had a couple brushes with you. As a matter of fact, you even took me once.
Yeah, but you weren't quite done.
Nope. The fairy brought me back across.
Yeah, you come back with vengeance.
That came back different, that's for sure.
Allegedly, we can't prove it.
I shook most of that wickedness off of me and left it where it belonged.
Oh, that's all right. Wonder if that would work for Bear. Can we try it? I'm only joking, Bear. He's ignoring me. UK lady,
I'm not
hello.
ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you, mate. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you.
He's probably busy just editing or something.
You're trying to do something, man. Multitasking is not one of my fortes.
Mine neither.
That's because you're male. Allegedly.
Usually it's only ever a woman that says that, but maybe it's true. Maybe.
I could believe it. I had trouble managing one business. My wife had two and started another two.
True multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, UK lady. You're always welcome, even if it's just for a few seconds or so.
That woman,
quite a bit of banter.
My wife is motivated. You can put a steel curtain in front of her, and if she's got a goal on the opposite side of that curtain, she's going to keep moving forward through it.
Well, that's my opinion in life, actually. You just do it anyway. We've got a few people who are saying, why are you late, Bear?
Well, am I late?
Your picture's been up on the channel. Yeah, hang on. Your picture's been up on the channel all week advertising tonight. In fact, nearly 2 weeks. Right? And you want to break a bit of a lifetime. You turned
Listen,
up.
I'll be late to my own funeral. I will be late to my own funeral.
This is your funeral. You're associating yourself with me.
All right.
You're guilty by association. And it will
Shit.
only take them 50 years to work out that they're incorrect.
Oh, this is
You
true.
know?
If he's got the clown watching him, you're guilty now.
Yeah,
you're-
by association.
you're AKA tyrant.
What is the channel? Because Mrs. Jace keeps asking, and I'm thinking, is it We the People, Tyrants, Bastards? No, it's not that. We Are the Tyrants? No, that's not it. We
I'm
the
just
Tyrant People War?
What is a tyrant? A tyrant is someone with power that abuses their power, right? What power does someone have on a YouTube channel? For real, really. I mean, if somebody comes in and porn bombs your shit, your channel could get took down. You have no power on YouTube. I mean, you
Called
say the
terms of
wrong thing.
service.
You say the wrong thing, YouTube will take your stuff down and take away your freedom of speech. So, what power do
Yeah,
you really have on
just,
YouTube to become a tyrant?
just don't. Yeah, do us a favor though. Don't mention the Ruskies. YouTube
Oh,
won't like it.
yeah,
Don't mention
yeah.
the Ruskies.
They're about
Yeah.
cyber attack or something.
Not unless you have a major news corporation. Yeah, you can do those things.
Oh, you can't do that. No, you can't. You can't mention the Ruskies. Not
No,
allowed.
you can't. You can't even play the major news network stuff without getting struck. That's fucked up.
They copyright
It's
you.
like I found it on YouTube. How can I put it on
No, I'm
YouTube?
I'm talking about the actual
Oh, you know that.
companies.
Oh,
That
okay.
was funny.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just the info and talking about them in general. I'm about to say, I love when you go find info about something on YouTube and it's all in
Hello,
video,
method.
but you can't do the same thing as that YouTube channel. It's crazy.
Oh, I know. I have to get written permission to show anybody's stuff, technically, on YouTube. That's the way it's coming down to, because to prove someone's given permission for you to use it, you've got to be able to show proof of it. You know, you can't just turn around and say, well, they said I could use it. Be like me showing bear stuff on
I'm not talking
YouTube.
about it in that format, Graham. Let's say, okay, news. Let's say if you catch a clip off of your television and you try to repost it, and it's news during the Kung Flu cough. Remember the Kung Flu cough?
Oh, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right, so during that time, you could put the news's information up there that they still got that same information here from that news source on YouTube, and it's considered credible information. And then you post their same information just from your format, and all of a sudden you're getting hit with a strike for false information. How does that make sense? It don't.
Yeah, it doesn't. It didn't. It won't do, even now.
It's the YouTube mystery of all.
Well, it's not just YouTube. It's all mainstream medias. They're all the same.
Facebook, Twitter, all of them did the same. I think the only one that didn't, to be honest with you, the only one that didn't stifle people's speech on it was that Chinese platform, TikTok.
Yeah, because they could get more information.
Yeah, I mean, they openly talked about it. They could say the word and everything over there, and they didn't get hit.
Yeah. Don't you think that a country that doesn't like the internet and restricts the internet to their own people can have a company that is one of the biggest social media services throughout the world?
Yeah, and the craziest thing is all the other information that everybody else stifles and won't let you put out there, for some reason that platform will. Makes you wonder who's lying and who's really telling the truth.
Yeah. I don't know much about TikTok. I think I've got a TikTok account, but I won't. I do. Funny enough, I can't upload anything. It won't let me.
It's an eye opener though when you scroll through it and you're like, "What? They can post that over here? What? They can post this over here?" And they got this stuff where I guess when you get banned off of a platform, like by TikTok themselves, the people can vote you back over there, or back onto the platform now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, where's our freedom on the other? Where's our freedom in these platforms that are based in America? I mean, I know you guys ain't in America, but I mean, as far as my country, if we're a free country, freedom of speech, why is our platform stifling our speech? Yet these communist countries that you tell us about, like China, aren't stifling their people's speech, but you're telling us they are stifling their people's speech. It don't make sense. My
in some
observation of
ways,
what you tell me is completely backwards.
yeah, but you'll never get a true answer.
I
You'll
understand.
just get a cock,
Mhm.
a cock and bull story. That's all you'll get.
Yeah.
But yeah, even now we've got to be careful what we say, on these streams. This is one of the reasons why I wanted somewhere where there wasn't any terms of service, so you can have these conversations. You can say things out loud.
Yeah, because the most dangerous thing, in all honesty, in this day and age in the world, is the truth.
Yeah, and if people want to hear the truth or want to listen to an alternative point of view and then make a decision, then that's fine. There's no problem. I just noticed that UK lady wants to decriminalize certain things. I agree totally. I think THC should be decriminalized in the UK.
Yeah, it should.
And I also think that the government should be the ones that take it on as a business. I think it would be absolutely fantastic because then it can reduce the amount of tax on everything else.
Or at least the pharmaceutical industry out there, as long as, they promise not to put any more chemicals in the weed other than what naturally comes in it. Because that's where the healing properties are in it, the natural form of it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you can use CBD over here without any issues whatsoever. But anything which is got
THC, yeah,
Sorry?
but that's a step anything that's got THC, but that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
Once they open the door for CBD, you're not too far from getting your rights on the rest.
yeah. Well, they've opened the door for CBD over here. A lot of people will get it, even those who don't smoke marijuana. But I will say this: it can be a relaxant. But you have to be relaxed to start off with. If you're tense, it doesn't relax you in the same way, and you won't notice it.
Yeah.
I speak from a little bit of experience. When I'm relaxed, if I'm vaping CBD, it's great. If I'm not relaxed, then I don't get anything out of it, really. It's just literally vapor going to waste.
Yeah, yeah. I tried the CBD.
What can't you get in Scotland? CBD should be able to.
Well, I didn't know that. If that's the case, that might be a thing.
Yeah,
that might be.
Oh, that'd be interesting. That. I mean, what happens when you order it online?
That is a good question. Because I
know there's a problem over in the States in the sense that you.
When they legalize
the problem over in the States is that you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was going to say. Hang on a second. He's referring to a conversation in the chat. It's fine. Yeah, over in the States, right? In some areas, it's perfectly legal, and in other areas, it's not. Because it depends on which state you live in.
Of course,
yeah, because it has a right to govern itself.
So if you're going from one state to another, there's only a certain amount that you can travel with, and it's got to be sealed. If you're going through a state where it's not legal.
And it has to be out the reach of the driver as well in most states.
Yes, you can't get prescription CBD. Can buy it. Can buy the rubbish. Okay. Depends on what strength it is you're after with regards to CBD. Um, I'm doing a little bit more research in it, but my understanding is the higher the milligrams, the more potency there is in it. I'll let you know as soon as I get some more. Hiya, Tommy. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, as I say, Excel, I think it's all fucked up, to be honest. Just legalise the sodding thing. I mean, the governments can control it. They can make more money out of it, you know.
It's a
And it'll
natural
mean that
plant.
people aren't going to get.
I'm sorry, Grim. I think
it
we
is
got
natural. You're glitching out.
Yeah, I think we got a delay. I'm sorry, Grim. I'm talking all over you.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think it's struggling to get across the pond, the signal. There, are you still busy?
Then those fucking migrants then. The other side. You what, mate? What were you saying?
No. Wrong. No, we're not talking about the little river, right?
I know, we're on about the big pond.
The big pond. Oh, I'm only joking.
So Grim, if they legalize it out where you're at, what do you think about them allowing citizens to grow so much in their homes as well? Because that's what they do out here.
I think it should be perfectly legal, and I think that the reason why I think it should be legal is it will stop the gangs from getting it, and it'll also mean that the people who are treated badly in getting the stuff and putting it all together, I think they might end up with decent jobs. But I think, I don't know. Bear, what's your idea on the subject?
Yeah, we should be allowed to grow it, I think. Yeah, 100%. Obviously, that would come with a limit, wouldn't it? Obviously, they're never going to allow you just to grow unlimited and make it a commercial thing. But
I think also
what's
depends on
the restrictions over there, Exile? Like
Well, it depends where you're at and what kind of license you get.
Yeah.
Like in my state, you can grow up to 4 plants every 9 months without a permit. Anything over that, I think they got one where you can grow 12 plants and you have to pay, I think it's $2,000 a year for the license. And then they got one where you can pay a $10,000 license and then you can grow unlimited amounts. That way you can open up your revenue to starting a 1099 and starting a business to sell to the dispensaries and things of that nature. Did you catch all that?
I did. I would also say that the people who make the money to start off with is the government or state, wherever it goes to in those situations. But I have seen people with a lot more than a couple of plants on YouTube. And it's perfectly legal for them to grow it. So I think,
what our government did, on the federal level, what our government did is they opened up business funding so people could do it themselves, and it would open up new growth for more taxation, more jobs, more building onto the infrastructure altogether.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's been a great plan in the states that have legalized marijuana as well. A lot of them have pulled themselves out of their debt and their personal states and everything.
Well, man, look at the amount of money it generates. Look at the revenue on that. I mean, I haven't looked at recent figures, but Like I
Yeah,
said,
Yeah, but
I-
it
I-
also
it's
it
probably a
also by
multi-trillion-pound
decriminalising
business.
it.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. I don't know exactly how much. I haven't looked at the figures lately neither, but I mean, it wasn't doing nothing but climbing at a unbelievable rate last time I
Yeah.
did look.
And
I
that's
mean, if
why
you
I'm quite
decriminalise
surprised
it,
that the UK haven't jumped on that. I'm surprised our government hasn't looked at that and been like, "Hey, look, here's a big fucking chance to take even more tax from people, tax the shit out of it." The
Especially
only
when,
thing I would worry about them legalizing it right here, I don't know if this
especially
is the
when you
case in
guys
America, right, Exile, but I feel like they would try and control the strength of it. They would
yeah,
start
see,
trying to say some shit weed. Trust me, I reckon.
I,
Yeah.
I I feel the same, and that's why I'm glad that they let individual growers grow as well, because they do limit it. Uh, it's certain things to it all. I mean, they do got some good weed in the dispensaries, but is it as good as something you can grow at home? Fuck no.
Yeah.
not dog. Unless you're stealing the electric, they won't even take you to court for a couple of plants. No, they'll just take them away and maybe give you a slap on the wrist if you're lucky. But if it's massive, well, some of these farms that they have in attics and whatnot, if it's that big, then they're going to take the lot, and the quality isn't that good from those places anyway, because they're not given enough room to grow. But people will go and buy the crap. If it's legalized and it goes through pharmacies or registered shops, etc., then it will take that side of things away. If you like the nasty side of the drug dealers, I'm not saying you should decriminalize the other stuff. I think really there should be harsher fines for those caught dealing it and supplying. I wouldn't go after the users, because I would say 9 times out of 10 it's not their fault that they've now got the addiction. Unless you believe that they shouldn't have took it in the first place, and it's their own fault.
In America, we got Mexico right below us, which is where the cartel comes from. And when we were younger, they used to bring through the brick weed and all of this, and that's how we used to get weed in our country. And now, they don't have the weed industry. It seems like they moved over to the fentanyl industry, which is more dangerous, honestly. And that's, I believe, how I think fentanyl started getting into heroin, cocaine, and other drugs down here, where people use it and they're not unaware of fentanyl being in it, and it's causing deaths off the chart. That is the downside of it all. I don't know what
Yeah,
the
but
drug
I'm not.
You-
I'm not a believer that people start on say cannabis and progress to the other things that are around. I don't think that is the case. To be honest, at the end of the day, we take things like paracetamol every day. Very few people go on to take other stronger painkillers unless needed.
Oh yeah, I don't
Although,
think marijuana is a gateway drug. I just think when you shut the drug dealer businesses out of one kind of drug, they're gonna move to another kind of drug to sell to keep their life moving
For
forward.
sure.
oh yeah, I totally agree. But then they'll end up in a war between themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
eventually,
'cause
you'll end up with the same number.
yeah,
You know,
that's true. And then
the only
hopefully less,
downside to that's collateral damage.
and then less, hopefully, because then it brings, more targeted situations towards them people that have been funneled towards one corner that are street criminals.
Hmm. Well, it would stop a lot, but over here it would. Whether it will do elsewhere, follow suit, I should say.
Yeah, we're still the results out here. We don't know what they'll be probably for another 20 years, to be honest with you.
Yeah, And by which time most weed heads will no longer be around. I'm only joking, Devo. You're still here. You're probably not.
I hope we're still around. Shit.
Well, Devo's only in his 50s, allegedly. He's still got a few years yet.
He might make it home before they decriminalize or stop making weed. I'll be out there by the railroad tracks, pulling the railroad track weed and growing my own if need be. I'll never let weed go.
No. UK lady, paracetamol is a UK drug, and obviously smiling there. If paracetamol was to come out now, you wouldn't be able to buy it over the counter. It would be a prescription-only drug.
What is it? What
paracetamol? It's a painkiller.
Oh, okay. Kind of like our hydrocodone.
That's the non-branding name of it. I mean, aspirin is again a drug which would only go on to prescription because it thins the blood too much. It should, and people take it for
headaches and all kinds
and
of
that's
stuff.
really the wrong way.
Yeah,
but you shouldn't take paracetamol for a headache.
Yeah, it's only used as.
And if you've got having a stroke, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
The guaranteed great way to drugs is trauma and lack of help. Do you know? I couldn't agree more. And it's not just the help at the time or immediately after, it's long term, which is one of the reasons why they came up with post-traumatic stress disorder. So yeah, I just think it's a question of no help at the time sometimes and no help afterwards.
I don't know what it's like.
Used to occur naturally in bananas.
In America, when I look at the American people, I say on some format or level, all Americans have post-traumatic stress syndrome over something or another.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I think the worst one or the most obvious one, it would be the Vietnam soldiers that came back. I mean, to me, that's the most obvious because there was no treatment. They went out as heroes, came back as villains due to pressure of the press.
I think that reflects something about my nation, though. If you ever look at America, it seems like they constantly go to war with other nations out of paranoia, which in return paranoids the people because they're sending their children, they're getting threats, as a nation from other countries and everything else on a constant basis. So, I mean, I think it causes the American people on a constant level to have PTSD. I think that's why most Americans, my people are assholes and jerks. I'm just saying.
I thought you were joking.
I'm being honest. Most of my people are very rude and they lack manners.
Oh, I can't believe that. On the TV, they're so nice to each other.
Yeah, I think you've been hanging around the Americans long enough.
Listen, the Americans are just like us, believe me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, has always been our allies.
Method. The reason why they offered you the Oxy crap was because of the strength of them. However, they are addictive. Yeah, I must admit. UK lady, CPTSD is something we need more help with. I know you're referring to PTSD, I believe there. Anything which is going to cause you severe distress can lead to you having recurring nightmares, and even witnessing something can. As well as you got the victims, as you pointed out, of years of neglect, child abuse, and child traffic or sex trafficking, etc. You've also, if you witness something, you're not actually directly involved in it, that can cause you severe distress as well. But there is no, complexed, sorry, yes. Told you I'm sick, especially when I've been up all day. I've lost track now. What I was saying?
Post-traumatic stress.
Yeah. You can have collateral damage. People who are not directly involved in any way. Parents of the victims, etc. But there's no money for it because the governments don't care. We have what's called a free national health service, which is at one time was seen as the envy of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been
the
told by your Tories.
It's not smart. I've been here
now. It's not as good as it used to be.
Well,
because
I'm here
of all the cuts.
Tell Americans don't do it because you won't no longer be able to pick your doctor. You'll get a doctor that probably just barely made it through college and got their degree. I hear some horrific stories. Nations.
Well, here you can pick your own doctor, GP, general practitioner. You can't necessarily pick your own consultant, but most consultants in the UK actually work for the NHS as well. So, they only do about four hours a week in the NHS, or 24 hours a week, and the rest of the time they're working for themselves as a consultant.
What exactly is the NHS?
In the private industry. For the NHS,
what do they represent?
Well, it's National Health Service, right?
Oh,
basically, the NHS is the free service for everybody. Costs an absolute fortune to maintain. It's supposed to be supported by the government, and while we had that shortage of Corona beer, actually there was tons of it a couple of years ago. They, as a result of them pumping so-called money into the NHS, what they actually did was they bribed the health authorities to have the Nightingale hospitals one way or another. And then, of course, there was this scandal.
What happened to them? Did they even get used?
Certificates? Sorry?
Those hospitals, did they even get used, those Nightingale hospitals?
No, of course not.
I don't think they did they?
No.
I mean, are they still stood there today?
No, they've all been taken down. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, because they couldn't be used for anything else. They were designed specifically for that period. The problem which I have is that the government misrepresented themselves for the first time ever, allegedly, by saying that they're pumping all this money in, and in fact they weren't in reality at all. There is the mental health service within the UK has declined so much in the last 3 to 4 years, maybe more. It's just not seen as a high priority. But yeah, I mean, at one time that the NHS National Service was absolutely brilliant. It had more money than anything else put into it. Now it's a different kettle of fish.
A lot of it's been privatised, isn't it?
Well,
parts
yeah,
of it.
it's going out to private industries, but under the name of the NHS. How long before they change that and drop the NHS? And we end up in a system similar to the States where you either have to have insurance to pay for
Are your
your medical
prisons still,
expenses.
is your prison still state ran?
Sorry?
Are your prisons still state ran or treated?
There
No, some are
are,
privately run.
but there are a lot of privately run ones now as well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. That privatized prison shit is ruining nations and culture.
We're very much going down the same route as you guys, where the prison systems are concerned. Very
Well, do
much
you
so.
know what the private prison systems are doing out here? They're going to places like Hollywood, places like the major record labels, and they're making people sign non-disclosure orders and sit there in the private prisons or meeting with them, along with, from what I hear, governors from hearsay and things of that nature, and people are being pursued to change the culture to a more violent like culture mind state to pack these private prisons.
Well, don't
We've
they get
had
paid
actual
by the
music.
number of inmates and things like that?
Graham, have you ever heard of the rap group called Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Nope.
It's a rap group. All right, I'm gonna send you an interview with the rapper where he was telling people that he had a meeting with this private prison system, his record label executives, uh, some politician and things of that nature, real powerful people, and they were told to change like the lyrics and the music to reflect violence.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, send me
To
that. I'd be
affect,
interested in that.
they want to affect the culture. Like,
Well, there's been quite a number of people who've woken up in the last few years and even longer and have realised that everything that we do is manipulated one way or another, even down to the type of shampoo we buy, because we're even told on every single package to wash it, rinse and repeat. And that is what we do every day. We basically repeat everything after doing it for the first time. And the first time was all right. So why have to do it again? We're getting, I'm sorry to sometimes mention the NHS. Not tonight. I think that sparked a lot of interest in the chat between different areas because it's a postcode lottery, or as you would call it over in the States, a zip code lottery. As to where you live, as to what sort of services you're going to get as well. And if you're going through, and this is another Americanism that's come in, the emergency department, and in some places they've got ED instead of ER, emergency room. I think that the waiting times there are far too long to be seen. And that isn't down to the hospital necessarily. It's down to lack of staff as well. You know, so yeah, I would put that down to that. I mean, if you have to wait more than 2 hours to see somebody after you've gone through triage, then there's a problem. And I'm using 2 hours because there are times, obviously, when there's serious accidents that happen or someone needs to be treated and they need to be seen by them, by the doctors first. But yeah, ED is getting worse, especially when doctors turn around to you and say, yeah, you need to go and to hospital.
yeah.
Really? But still, anyway, we are almost hitting the 2-hour mark. As I say, I didn't want to be on too long tonight because,
Yeah, I was about
as
to say,
always,
out.
I was up early because I was tuned into a couple of the American channels, and I forgot to get some sleep during the day, so I am rather tired. So I'm going to be buggering off soon. I do actually want to say thank you to XR1 for coming up. It's the first time he's been up, I think. He may be up once before, possibly. If it wasn't you, it was somebody who was a bit of an imposter.
I think it was once before I had to come up and ask somebody something that was on panel, and I had to hop down.
Right.
I was taking care of
I
something.
knew. I thought I'd seen you, but Anyway, I want to thank you for coming up and having a chat. I always like comparing the two, one side against the other, and I think we should meet in the middle. We might get freedom then.
Yeah. I think it's going to take a world effort at this point.
I will say though, have you ever tried getting people off YouTube into another area? It does not work because everyone on YouTube is like sheep. They just follow.
Yeah. I was about to say they herd together. Yeah, I tried to introduce a couple of people to Shift's channel, and the whole community flooded over there.
Well, you've now got that. You've now got the open. You've got the open room. People can go in there. It's always open. You'll always see me in there. Although, as some people have found out, I'm not actually live there. It's just to keep the room open. I do monitor it, so I know how many people go in and how often, as well. So it's a good place to get to know people. And you never know. You might come across there.
Yeah, I jumped in there one time, and it was a dead air once, and I figured out that it was an open line.
Yeah, I mean, if I know in advance, then it's fine. It's not a problem. I try to be around on on a Sunday evening, Tuesday and Thursdays from 7:30 onwards. But if nobody turns up by 7:30 or something like that, quarter to 8, there's no point in me hanging around. So, but anyone can go in at any time. I mean, I'll give you an example. XL, you wanted to chat with different people and you didn't want other people to know about it, you just go in there. If it's something you want, a place where you want to hold a private discussion so nobody can come in, let me know in advance and I can sort that for you so that only the people you know about are coming in and you can verify.
I appreciate it.
But it is a secret room. We don't want the trolls knowing about it. We don't want them thinking we're talking and plotting.
Well, is it one of those real secret public rooms?
Yeah, it's called the secret room, funny enough. Yeah. You go in on the website, you click meeting room, and it actually comes up secret room. I'm sure there's a few dead bodies around, but
highly classified.
I can't tell whether they're alive or dead, to be honest, because they're not moving when I'm watching them. But no, anyone can go in there. More people know about it, the better. Because you can go in there. Can you imagine the Sniffer family? And there are hundreds of them. You can all go in there and have a chat. There are no terms of service.
I'm gonna catch you around the streets, Grim.
Oh yeah, I'll see you around. You take care and have a chat with Shift for us. I'd appreciate that.
Yep, I sure will. Later, buddy.
All right, take care. Cheers now. And then it was just me and Bear, and I'm going to get rid of Bear in a minute.
No worries, mate. No worries. I'm going to
seriously, guys. Thank you in the chat for having such a cordial conversation. It was nice meeting Scott. It was funny meeting Scott. I don't know who he is, but but that's the way it goes. We've had loads of people in and out of the chat. Mrs. J's not in. I think she's gone now. But if you're listening in, most appreciated you dropping by and helping out, as you always do. Zara, if you're still around, I will see if I can find a way of being able to unblock you from StreamYard. But I may need to take a crash course on it, so I'll do it as soon as I can. Bear, sorry for hijacking your image. I'm not really, folks. I had his permission. And it wouldn't be the first time. I thought that, I don't know why I thought this, it was a 50-1 shot, that we might have got a few trolls in, you know, but unfortunately for the trolls, the odds were in your favour because none of you turned up. What a shame. I was so looking forward to explaining the error of your ways. So I'll continue doing it on the website. You've had your choice. You've had your chance. If you've got, as we say, the kahunas to come and talk to me, let's do it away now from YouTube. Let's go into this secret room and you can clip it. You can record the whole conversation because I know all of you are so good at doing that. Let one of you decide to put it on YouTube and I hear about it, I will put a strike in. So it's as simple as that. Okay. But you're welcome to call in at any time. Really do appreciate it. UK lady, I agree with your sentiments. There's a lot of that going on. Not so much in the UK as there is in the US. But sometimes you just never know. And when you do find out about something, you've got to be nice about it. You know, regardless if you got to think about your own channel on here because of terms of service. I don't need to worry about that on the GrimReaperRadioshow.com. But there is a website I also want to mention. Bear Britain's website. What is it, Bear? Can you remember?
The website.
You're thinking, yeah. I caught you out, didn't it? What's your
BearBritainAudits.com.
Oh, see,
I just think there fucking hell, what the fuck? Sorry, mate. You know what? I need to get sleep. I need sleep. That's my problem.
I knew I would get him. Look, your excuse is you're falling asleep. My excuse for getting you is that because I'm not half awake, half asleep, my brain works at a higher rate than anything else. So I think about 15 lines in front at the moment, which is the reason why, folks, I am closing the stream. There are any final
take care, Grim, mate. Sorry I was late, bro. Do apologise.
I'm only joking. You know that.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
From Scotland, I could understand you'd have had an excuse, but we've had a couple of people from Scotland already before you arrived.
From the land of squats. No worries. I'll let you crack on, mate, and I'll jump in the.
I'll switch you over the weekend, room. No doubt.
Yeah, I'll jump in the.
Take care.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Bye now. And once again, the people who've made tonight is the chat. Just a shame that when people watch this, they won't be able to see the chat. To see the chat, you've got to come in and take part. But thanks once again, all of you. Please take care. Have a safe night, safe weekend. And if you are celebrating tonight because it's St. Patrick's Day, I will say it right. Enjoy. And I'm going to carry on drinking now till I fall asleep, which won't be long. And I'll be thinking of leprechauns. In the meantime, cheers. Take care. Bye.